I got the chance to meet up with Luca Turin, and it turns out we had a lot to talk about. I thought we should talk about the shirt for 1 second. I've worn it in videos in the past, so you've seen it, but I haven't worn it in a little while because it's just been so insanely hot the last few months, but it's starting to cool down a little bit. In fact, we're supposed to get rain in a few days, so the shirt comes back out. This is from a British fashion designer named John Skelton. I discovered him last year, and I love what he's doing. He's taking a very 19th century aesthetic and working it into his designs, and I love that. These big collars and so many buttons. I like his vision so much, and when you look at his Instagram, it seems like all of the models are men my age or older, a lot of silver and white hair, and this is so refreshing to me. I love that fashion can be different, you know, and that's cool. It can tell lots of different stories. So this is the shirt that I wore to meet up with Luca Turin at the Huntington Gardens. I think most of you who watch my videos already know who Luca Turin is because you have a deep interest in perfume, as do I. Luca Turin is a biophysicist. He has many, many different interests and has so much knowledge on so many topics, but he also happens to love perfume and knows a lot about it. He's written several books, including this one with his partner Tanya Sanchez. It's called Perfumes, the A to Z Guide. And when I tell you that this was kind of the Bible that was on my bedside table, and I would just read some reviews before I'd go to bed, that's absolutely true. I did that for a very long time. And some of the reviews just stuck into my mind because they lit something up. It really captured my imagination. What I love about Luca Turin and Tanya Sanchez's approach to perfume is that it's very multidisciplinary. They don't just talk about a perfume, the notes of it, how it smells. They reach from so many fields, comparing fragrance to music, to film, to art, to what's happening historically. It shows that perfume is just one aspect of a greater picture, which is life, which is incredibly interesting when you start weaving these details together. I like to think about perfume in this way, and I think a lot of it is because I was inspired by the way Luca Turin talks about it and thinks about it. In fact, making these videos has kind of made me realize what it is so much that I love about perfume. I mean, I already knew, but it's really come into focus so much more, which is why in some of these videos, I don't even really talk about perfume, because sometimes it's more important to talk about music or what's happening or what the sky looks like that day, because they all relate to perfume somehow. They're all about a particular story and a mood. And I feel more inspired to think about perfume in that way. I feel with this rise of influencer culture, there's such a monotony in the way that perfume is talked about. It feels very selly. Like, I'm going to say something about a perfume to make you want it so badly it's irresistible, and then you have to buy it, and the next week it's another one. As you know, there are a lot of perfumes that I've been wearing for decades now, and I love them just as much now as I ever have. I'm not saying anyone has to go out and buy them. I'm just saying why I like them. And if anything, I hope that these videos kind of bring out what you love in the perfumes that you already have. Make them smell them in a different way. All that is to say, thank you for being part of this community. It's incredibly motivating and inspiring for me, so let's keep going. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Maybe even give it a like. Let's go to the Huntington Gardens and meet up with Luca Turin. All right, Luca. We were smelling this the other day, and here's the actual little bottle of it.
Wow.
This is Les Nuits from Astier de Villatte.
Right, right. So I noticed that they have a reasonably priced small bottle.
Yeah.
Which, considering the rest of their range, is miraculous, right?
And well, I mean, especially the historic perfumes are eye-wateringly priced, but,
Right.
I mean, but it's
No, I know, but these guys make a teacup for 125
it's
pounds.
kind of like that, yeah.
So, you know, so...
you keep it for the special occasion, like when the Queen comes to visit.
Well, yeah, and then you break it.
So this is so beautiful. I fell in love with this the first second I smelled it, and this is a recreation of a perfume that apparently Georges Sand wore around the time period that she was in a relationship with Frédéric Chopin. So I just love all that. I love that Dominique Ropion did this reconstruction. And, you know, the historian that he consulted with is Annick Le Guéron.
Annick Le Guéron.
Yeah.
That's right. I thought it was the other one, but I was wrong.
Yeah. Oh, so you sprayed this on the other day?
Yes. I gotta spray it on again. So, concerning Georges Sand, so Chopin was a totally unpleasant little snob.
I didn't know. You know, he's half Polish. I'm half Polish.
Super, more than half Polish. He's actually fully Polish.
Fully Polish.
From a French, originally French.
Yeah.
And he was a tremendous snob and a miserable git. Partly because he was unwell, and partly because that's what he was. He was melancholy.
Hey, the 1800s was not easy.
No, and Georges Sand basically took him under her wing, and I happen to know a bit about this because my mother was a Georges Sand expert. She wrote a whole graphic novel to do with Georges Sand's life.
That's incredible. That's such a coincidence.
I know.
Yeah.
And I remember, so she a very nice graphic novel with Georges Sand, because Georges Sand was the daughter of Aurore de Saxe, if my memory serves me, and a guy called Dupin. So she was Aurore Dupin, but she was very well connected in this nobility. And her best friends were Liszt.
Right, Franz Liszt. Yeah.
Franz Liszt, who was a Hungarian dude who'd eloped with Marie d'Agoult, who was the Countess d'Agoult, who'd left her husband. So an air of scandal generally about him. And Liszt would turn up, and apparently Liszt played Chopin's Etudes slowly on sight, by sight reading the first time.
Right.
Okay, just you open Chopin's Etudes and he plays them slowly.
Yeah.
Most of us don't, I don't know, even proper pianists can't do that, of course, but Liszt could. And eventually he played them in such a way that Chopin said that I hear them for the first time as I'd heard them in my mind.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because he was vastly more skilled than Chopin himself.
Right. Well, what a generous thing for Chopin to say, being such a miserable man.
He was a miserable man.
Yeah.
But anyway, apparently Chopin used to improvise at the piano, just like sort of a Keith Jarrett of his time, for hours. And my understanding is that these improvisations were basically as good as the stuff of Chopin that we know, because sometimes he would stop improvising, he would write down what he'd just done.
Yeah.
But it's a bit like Roman literature, only 2% has survived.
Right. Yeah.
So you just imagine, there she is, wearing this, allegedly.
Yeah.
And she used to lie under the piano, because pianos when you listen to those pianos of the 1840s and so on, they're shit. You know, they're really terrible hammer boxes. Yeah. And every time I listen to them, I think, oh my God, if I could only give Chopin a Bösendorfer, just as a little present here. Yeah. Here, Frédéric, have a good time, enjoy. And anyway, so she used to lie under the piano to get the better sound and listen to him all day.
That's wild.
In this place. Yeah. No, so the castle now is still the site of a Chopin festival every year. That I'm planning to go to one day and they have the best pianists. I mean, they have absolute world-class pianists coming to this.
This is beautiful.
To me, it's a Shalimar with IRS. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So I compared it to Emeraude, really, because it doesn't have so much the swagger of Shalimar. Shalimar has that vulgarity which Guerlain really made its own.
I find this drier than Shalimar.
Yeah, dry, very much so. But also it has, and I think Ropion is probably being a bit clever there, it has, to my mind, a hazelnut note in it.
Yeah.
Smell it. Once you focus it, there's a pistachio or hazelnut thing. which is salty. It's a salt peanuts.
Yeah.
You know, it feels that way. And I think Ropion is playing tricks, of course, because the thiazines did not exist in those days.
Right.
So I think he's doing a little poetic license.
I love about this is, for me, it is such a beautiful texture. And I was telling you the other day about listening to Chopin, and I would really geek out on the timbres of the different instruments, like the way the oboe and flute go together to create this perfect texture, you know, that has this backbone of the oboe, but all the powdery fluffiness of the flute. And I feel that the scent equivalent is in here, which is
I agree.
Why I feel it's so perfect for a Chopin Georges Sand moment.
I agree. And in fact, it's much better on a strip. This is a perfume that works better on fabric or on a strip than on the skin, in my opinion.
You think so? Yeah.
Because the balance between iris and the amber and rose is delicate. And on the skin, it would probably go towards the heavier notes.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think
that's true. That's true. But it's not super long lasting, I have to say, because I think that there's a lot more natural materials in here, probably less fixatives, but a beautiful moment.
It's Christopher Sheldrake resuscitated the original Emeraude by Coty for Coty's great-granddaughter.
Oh, that's cool.
Sputorno perfume. He was called Sputorno, Coty was.
Okay.
So the perfumes are essentially, that particular one is Emeraude.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's kind of like this. So it's a muted, it's velvety, but quiet and rich.
Yeah.
And this is really good in that direction. So you have a choice. You have Chalimard, you have Le Lion, which is too loud.
Oh yeah, the Chanel. Yeah. So pretty.
It's great.
Yeah.
But it'll kill somebody at 10 paces, right? I mean,
there's a time and a place for that kind of a thing.
Dude, I don't know, a strong wind on a Scottish island, but this one has warmth, but also it's a little bit sinister.
Yeah,
and I like that. Yeah.
It's very nighttime. This is very moonlight.
But it's also what I was saying to you. It's one of these inhabited perfumes. Yeah. You feel, oh, I know that person.
This is a person.
Yeah, it's a person.
Definitely.
It's great.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's like a specter. This is fun. So I was thinking about. Okay, this is called Philtre. It's from Hiram Green.
Oh, I know that one. What a fabulous fragrance. Yeah. Well,
so when I saw this, the only time I've ever seen that word, Philtre with a PH, is when I was, I think, 17 years old, and I read the medieval story of Tristan and Isolde. And that's the only time
I can hear the music.
Right, yeah. That I've ever seen that word.
That's right.
So I love this idea of a love philtre because it's the potion that made Tristan and Isolde fall so disastrously in love.
Yes. And the thing is, there is no potion that will do the opposite.
Right.
I suppose. I don't know. One of these mango drinks, with bubbles.
That's not good.
that would knock you out of love virtually instantly.
It's a shame they didn't have that in the Middle Ages.
No.
Yeah.
You can just imagine Brangena on the ship saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, that was wrong. Here, drink this mango."
Little smoothie with some boba. Okay, come on. Carnation, ylang ylang.
You see, Hiram Green is, to my mind, is just wonderful because he's always unflappable. You see him in the middle of one of these perfume shows where there's like utter mayhem, right? And he's standing there in his tiny booth with one smelling strip, because his new one, and invariably the perfumes are great.
Yeah,
invariably.
I agree. Yeah,
they're considered a long time. They're thought through, and they're worth paying whatever they cost.
I completely agree.
This one's great because it's a very unusual accord. I mean, it's the kind of thing that on paper would sound wrong, and in fact smells right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Carnation is a note I just love. I first discovered Carnation in scent, I think, in London at Florist. they were having a sale, and they had a whole bunch of soaps on a table, and I grabbed the Malmaison soap, and they also had a fragrance, Malmaison, and it was the perfect carnation, and it got discontinued, but all of my favorite carnations, Comme des Garçons made a fantastic carnation, but they all just go away.
But is this because one of the carnation materials was banned? Methyl chavicol, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or restricted out of existence.
Oh.
So there was a moment where carnations, just the classic carnations, were reformulated.
Right. I had a feeling. I thought maybe something to do with eugenol, not. But eugenol's fine. You can use it in fragrance. It's compliant, all that stuff. So I think
it's chavicol.
Yeah.
Chavicol was screwed up by these the thought police at IFRA.
Yeah. Well, Hiram Green certainly found a way around that. And this is just the most beautiful.
No,
do you know Bellodgia from Caron?
You kid, I was thinking about that.
Right.
Yeah.
It goes there, right?
Yeah, I remember Bellodgia has an association for me because there used to be this perfume store in Monaco that was run by a lady in her 80s who must have been a former beauty and possibly a madam, I think. And she was in the emerged part of the shop was a normal perfume store, but underneath was she'd bought every single stock of every single failed brand.
Good for her.
Yeah. But in order to get access to this stuff, you had to be nice to her, not just once, but continuously for several times.
It's a form of relationship.
So first time I go there, she says, "Who the hell are you?" So I said, "I like perfume." She says, "Okay, what's the main ingredient in Bellodgia?" So I said, "Carnation." So she says, "Okay, I'll sell you something today." And she sold me something, not what I wanted, because I said, "I'd like some of that Chypre."
She had the original Coty?
Yeah,
wow.
On the shelf. She says, "We don't have any." There's like 12 bottles behind her. Okay. So
I like her.
So you know you're in trouble. Yeah. Anyway, so Bellodgia, I remember from that because I passed that exam.
Oh, this is beautiful. I had it on yesterday, and it has so much depth. It just goes on and on.
See, what I like about Carnation is it smells almost like blood. It has a metallic blood smell. So it's
like an iron.
Yeah, an iron-like thing to it.
You were right. I never thought about that. I'm so stuck in the, clove, it's so nice.
No, it's blood.
It's, when you're holding on to metal.
Yes.
And then let go.
Yeah. Blood and metal.
Yeah.
And together with a very soft ylang or jasmine.
Yeah, exactly. That's gorgeous. As romantic as its name.
Philtre. Phenol ethyl alcohol is the off note of phenol ethyl alcohol. Yeah. And it's just wrong.
Yeah.
It's the wrong chemical.
My
pull
mom
yourself together.
Was a hairstylist, and this reminds me of perm.
Yes, that's right. It's got a sulfur
solution.
note. Yeah, sulfur note. I think it's the phenol ethyl thiol that does it. So do you speak any Polish? Yeah.
No.
Tricky language.
I didn't even know my dad spoke any. And then as a kid, one time, this choir was coming over from Poland, and like through the Polish church, you could volunteer to house one of them. And so we did. And then we were in the car, and my dad was speaking Polish to this man. I'm like, I had no idea you spoke Polish. You brought these in.
Yes. So that's Teone Reinthal. So what happened was, on my Substack, several people said, "You must smell Teone Reinthal's fragrances." Oh, but one of them said, "But she'll never send them to you." So I wrote to Teone Reinthal, and she sent them all, and we basically struck up a friendship at a distance because I was so impressed with the particular style. Natural perfumery, there was a long period in which people were making what I would describe as messy watercolors. So they're using lots of good ingredients, and they smelled quality.
Yeah.
But it was a mess.
Yeah.
Okay. And
always too much petit grain.
Yeah,
well.
too much petit grain. But it's sort of there was no clear intent. It was just, it smelled good.
Yeah, yeah.
And then gradually over the years, several natural perfumers got their stuff together.
So this is a natural.
Yeah, natural,
yeah.
And she's one of them. So they still have that feel of a vast and complex bouquet of things, and they feel like there's a reverence for the actual raw materials in themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, but the compositions work.
Yeah.
Structurally work.
Absolutely.
And she sent a large number, and they were all really good, and all of extraordinarily high quality.
This is the beloved. There's a theme going on with what we're saying.
Yeah.
It's love and romance.
Love is in the air.
Love is in the air in
So let me spray this guy. And she's she makes me laugh because I had something like 4,000 tiny sample vials I didn't know what to do with.
My goodness.
And I wanted to give them away, and several people said, I'll drive up to your house and take them.
Yeah.
And then I gave them to charity, but Teone's opinion as to what I should do with them was throw them away and forget it, which was so liberating, you know. I love that.
She probably had a cigarette in her hand while
totally that kind of, you know. It's like when when they asked Jean Cocteau if his house burned, what would he take with him, you know. He said the fire. That's that sort of vibe. I love that.
Oh, I love it.
It's interesting because she uses camphorous notes.
Yes, definitely.
She uses camphorous notes a lot.
Pine sol when it first started.
She uses eucalyptus and various other things as the way that people use woody ambers as a spiky backlight.
You mean, so this is kind of like an analog version of Norlin Binal or one of those
exactly.
Yeah.
It's an analog version. That's lovely. It's a vinyl version of Norlin Binal.
It's more muted, thank God, because that's the one thing I can't bear in a perfume.
I have no idea whether I'm getting used to them or getting more allergic. No. I oscillate between the two.
Yeah.
Now, Queen of Sheba is, I think, a really serious panoramic, warm floral, which is not an easy thing to do, because panoramic warm florals, as I would describe
that's beautiful.
They end up kind of boring. Like you know how joy used to be so boring. You know, I mean, I'm sorry to say this because you don't talk about the dead negatively, but Patou's joy used to be both beautiful and tedious as hell.
Yeah.
Okay, and so the bouquet floral in general is a recipe for zero conversation.
Well, this is funky.
Yeah, much funkier.
Yeah. There is such a growl to that smell.
Yeah. So it's rose and indole, and then all manner of other resins. Bernard Chant could have composed this. You know, it's got that Lauder 1975 Philtre. Yeah.
I was wearing Youth Dew the other day, and I was surprised by the growl in it. You know,
absolutely.
You think of it as a powder puff, but there's something dark.
No. It's a little woman in her 70s who doesn't take any shit from anybody.
Cigarette in one hand, cane in the other.
Yeah, that's right.
For sure. My role model.
Yeah, totally. Exactly right. This is, I think, very nice.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
The quality is great. I mean, and all her fragrances are really terrific. They're all so IFRA non-compliant that he's probably get jailed in this country for even wearing it.
There's so much happening. This is the opposite of a watercolor by naturals.
Oh man!
Oh, here's a yellow.
Yeah. So there is a God.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Now when you pick up the lemon blossom in it,
there
are a lot.
Yes, it's very intensely lemony.
Natural fragrances and roses. So if you go down this row, you'll smell spice and you'll smell clove. Wow. And then the 2 rows that are in the lawn there, those are all super fragrant varieties. So
down there? Okay, great. I'm going to go.
Make sure you're smelling the right stage.
Thank you.
Okay.
I knew I should ask.
There we go.
This is Ambre Liquide from Astier de Villatte. This is another one of those historical recreations.
Was this the Egyptian one?
No, so this one came out after, and again, it's Dominique Ropion. This is supposed to be inspired by medieval Pomander. So, clove, beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah. And nice, something vanillic happening. Either it's benzoin or vanilla itself, but...
They're very nice.
Yeah.
I expected, when you said Pomander, I expected something Christmassy, but no. It's actually, it's really nice, this one.
Yeah.
This is the kind of thing I'd like have you ever been to Urbino in Italy?
No.
Urbino was the original Florence, so to speak. It was the Duke of Montefeltro,
yes,
and his wife decided to show off and had all the great artists design this very small palace. And the Duke's study is all wood paneled marquetry. It's octagonal, if my memory serves me, and it's quite tall, and but small and I picture it as smelling like this, a kind of half medicinal, half bookish.
Yes.
And very contemplative, sort of.
Oh.
But it's an enclosed space.
Yeah.
You know that there's no air coming in.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
It's really nice, actually. That actually I find really convincing.
Yeah.
Is that a 2,000 pounds for what you're holding in your left hand? Okay.
Here's my Carnation.
This one's got a sad rose smell. Can't describe it any other way. It's sad.
Yeah.
It's something that doesn't quite work.
Yeah. That's a bedroom with no air.
Yeah.
With the curtains drawn.
Yes.
It's giving a little scent.
Oh, I see. Animalic, intense indole.
Yeah. Oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah. That's the fragrance you want, right?
Yes.
Dude.
Absolutely.
Could do worse.
Make it happen.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I always thought I could smell a skunk about half a mile away.
Yeah.
And
jasmine, probably. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
Nothing. Somebody should do the experiment. Do smelly roses have a better sex life than the ones that have no smell?
It's true.
I mean, sex life by proxy, Because I don't think so. I think the whole idea, the evolutionary biologists always ascribe a use to everything. But I think some of the stuff is just for the hell of it.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, does it have to smell that good?
Yeah, I know.
What is it?